went to 5 games. And now we will have Ellen Page on the Druid with Debra on the Paladin to decide in this 1-game finale who will be the Elephino Open number 11 champion. So the mulligans here down from Debra does draw into a secret. It's not terrible, especially backing up with the Knife Juggler. So if Ellen Page has a minion to attack with or a hero power next turn, the Noble Sacrifice will not only eat that attack, but it will proc a juggle for the Knife Juggler, which can be really annoying if there was a minion with 1 attack that goes into the Noble Sacrifice. And if you can ping it off with the Knife Juggler, obviously, then it does not get to attack, and you get to keep your Noble Sacrifice and obviously your Knife Juggler. So Debra, though, with the muster for battle, he's going to try to see if he can win these juggles on the... Oh, he does! He gets double juggles, the first 2 going right away into the Shade of Next. Rhombus able to clear that off very nicely. Wins the juggles there, and that is a huge play for Debra. He is really far ahead right now. The swipe, a nice pickup for Ellen Page, though, able to clear off the board. This was a Noble Sacrifice, so that obviously didn't proc. I was going to talk about how the Avenge would not have gone off because it was a AoE clear. So if you can able to kill your opponent's entire board, then Avenge obviously will not proc because there's nothing for it to land on. So that doesn't give a whole lot of information to Ellen Page. That first secret could still be anything but redemption. So now he's hoping it's not Repentance, which it's not. So he feels a lot better about that Druid of the Claw coming down in bear form. And Debra not being able to use his weapon just to clear it off and power through to the face with the shielded mini-bot. Debra does have the Divine Favor, but there's already a Noble Sacrifice up, so he could only draw 2 cards off this Divine Favor. Otherwise, the Consecrate doesn't seem like a really great play, so he's going to hold off on that. He is going to Hero Power and use the Divine Favor for 2 just because he didn't have much else to do. So get a couple card draw 2 cards for 3 mana. Not terrible, just like an Arcane Intellect. So average value there. No need to get greedy and hold it off for later to try to draw a whole bunch of cards. So able to finally drop pop the Noble Sacrifice, see where the Avenge goes. It does go on the minion that does not have Divine Shield, so that's good for Ellen Page if he wanted to make the trade. He does not. He's going to go straight to the face. But now the Blessing of Kings is going to punish that just a tad. Able to get an essentially free trade on the Druid of the Claw. He loses just the bubble there. Now, a pretty good board here for Debra. I've talked about it several times, how difficult it is for Druid to come back once they've lost the board. That appears to be what's happened here, but Ellen Page not out of tricks yet. Has the Keeper of the Groves to silence off the Blessing of the Kings, or really whatever they want. Looks like it is going to come down to the shielded mini-bot. So he can use the Innervate Swipe. Oh, he's gonna do 2 damage, so never mind. He's decided to leave the 4/2 on board. If my math was correct, I believe he could have left a 2/1 on board, but he had a different play in mind. So we're gonna go with see how this works out for him. Debra just setting up that other Noble Sacrifice we talked about earlier. And now these board trades are, well, they were pretty favorable for Ellen Page. I was going to say next turn, with that Blessing of Kings, will force Ellen Page to either use the second Keeper of the Grove to silence that off, or trade both minions into it if that's the path they elect to take. He's going to start by popping the Noble Sacrifice and go from there. Looks like he's going to trade in with the Piloted Shredder. Okay, very well. Not using the silence from the Keeper of the Grove. He's going to hold that off for Tyrion, would be my guess. So that's definitely justifiable. And here's the Tyrion right on cue. So holding the Keeper of the Grove was a super good play for him. Pops off a taunt, a Divine Shield, and prevents Deber from getting the Ashbringer from it. So really clutch that he saved that Keeper of the Grove for this exact moment. Now we'll see how he wants to make the trades here. He has to kill something or he will be dead on board. So he does opt to trade in a couple of minions and clear off the remainder of that Tyrion, leaving Deber with just the Haunted Creeper, obviously. Not great trades even with the Consecrate. So kind of just forced to set up the Secret Keeper and hope that he can start to draw on some stuff where he might be fizzling out. He's going to go with the Consecrate anyway just to put the pressure on Ellen Page and set his opponent down to 6. Maybe hoping he can, one of his minions can survive and he can draw a True Silver. But if Ellen Page hero powers, then we'll put him back up to 6 damage. So now True Silver is no longer an out. So Deber, True Silver or Blessing of Kings, I should say, is no longer an out. We already saw one Blessing of Kings, making it less likely, but he may be running 2. Deber gets a Mysterious Challenger, though. That's not a terrible top deck when you're in a top deck war. Still able to pull out 4 secrets, so undoubtedly everything except Repentance. So we'll play this. So we've got Redemption, Avenge, Competitive Spirit, and Repentance. Oh, right, because we already saw he had the pull of Christmas Tree in earlier matches, and we already saw both Noble Sacrifices. So I had forgotten about both Noble Sacrifices being played manually early on in the game. So that leaves Ellen Page free to go to the face as much as possible. She could play some Boombot Roulette, and if it hits Deber in the face for 2, the first one, then he's able to finish him off with the Force of Nature. So we'll see if that's the path he goes with. Oh, with the hero power? Never mind. He's got the damage with just the hero power. Got that he had enough mana to do all that. I was thinking about combo would mean he wouldn't have had enough to hero power, so that was going through my head. Too many thoughts. But anyway, that will give it. Wow, that was that was the final game. So Ellen Page will go ahead and take the match 3 games to 2, and that will also give them the championship. So congrats to Ellen Page on being the Elephino Open number 11 champion. They will go home with 3 points in the standings, as well as $15. And Deber, again, not a bad consolation prize, gonna have $10 and 2 points in the World Championship standings. So congratulations to both of them on phenomenal performances. Let's go ahead and do a real quick thank you to all the 256 players that competed in the tournament. You can see the players that made the top 8 there and progressed all the way through to the championship on your screen. We'll also go ahead and do a quick thank you to Strivewire.com. You can see their logo in the bottom middle of your screen. That's where all these players register and sign up for the tournament. So if you're interested in getting into some open tournaments of your own or interested in the open tournament Hearthstone scene, definitely check out Strivewire.com. They have lots of tournaments for the Americas region as well as the European region. I believe all of them are free. I have not seen one where you have to pay to enter. So just a lot of good quality, clean fun on Strivewire.com. So check them out. We'll give a quick thanks to Firebat. He was not able to join me again today. Hopefully we'll get him back in the future, but thanks to him for allowing me to cast this on his channel, even in his absence. So that'll do it for us. Thank you for watching, and have a good one.